300 years old could be here.
Yeah.
Trapped in statue form.
Okay.
If Mark had to create a potentially mythic character, what would it be?
Yeah. Okay. It'll be this. One of these guys here. The Nagaji be decent mythic. I think.
And you don't have to keep any of the classes because this character is special.
Just,
so
I understand. Yeah, I can basically rebuild him just as long as he looks the same. Yeah. Okay. I'll replace. I guess.
Take the Druger out of that list because I don't think he's going to be able to cast the spells. So.
Well, yeah, I'm also gonna if Mark wants a thing or doesn't want a thing, I'm gonna.
Well, if he wants a thing, we can pump it back in.
Yeah.
Well, also, I was looking at the what happens if a scroll goes wrong list, and it's also like affects random things in the area.
You got excited at the heavily armored centaur holy warrior.
Oh, I have no ideas for that, and I don't like playing monster.
Okay.
Classes that use up a lot of levels.
See, I thought that was a Marty pick. Was that a random roll?
That was a random roll, yeah.
I thought.
Hang on a sec. I want to step out and see if something's wrong.
Okay, a centaur would cost 1 level if you get high enough.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Would he want to play the cockless centaur?
Put it back on! Put it back! The gelded centaur.
The gelded. That's not how gelding is supposed to work. You're supposed to get the berries, not the twig.
Yep. So the whole thing got knocked off.
That used to be a punishment historically because he typically bled to death.
Ahmed, I assume you want to play Grizak because Grizak's just in a temporary state. It does not. Yeah.
Did any of these guys have like an eyeball?
Nope.
I don't think I could like sculpt stone an eyeball out of one and into another. I gotta scroll that too.
You could sculpt stone to create a false eyeball to stick it back into Grizak's.
Grizak will be fine. Don't worry about that.
And that just turns into this neutral fleshy thing.
This is
It just turns into like random meaty. It's a fucking meatball.
Well, we're gonna take a testicle from the centaur.
Okay, well, while you're deciding, like, we could sub one out if Mark decides that fate intervenes.
Sure. I think the heavy armored Drugar doesn't look like, unless he's carrying a holy symbol.
Okay.
People who can
You
use
need to
scrolls.
exclude how many of them? You could get to pick 8, right?
The two at the bottom. I'll exclude the two at the bottom.
Okay.
Just because a rotten wizard is going to be a pain in the ass. That's fine. I'm going to just make certain my disguise is on, so that it's not like ghoul. Because it kind of is ghoul.
So, male in robes with horns, the half-elf robe priest of Coralon, the half-orc monk with arcane components, the female Asmar, the sneaky-looking kobold, the male elf with lute. It's 6. You need 2 more. The male Nagaji.
Yeah, just down the list.
And then who's the last one?
We'll see. I might as well get the. Renee is man enough not to like. That warrior guy. One of these guys should come back, and then we can fix his wang, and then bring him back if we want. We can fix it. That would.
Well, the Wang is there.
Right, we need a. I could glue it back. I got a sculpt stone. I could like try to.
You could
sculpt
try to
stone-
put it back on.
I will. I would like a healer's to help with this.
You put it on backwards.
Where's it supposed to be down, up, or- it's not
Oh
down.
no!
Oh, no.
Oh, that's so gross. So the male Durgar.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Alright. So, we are going to cast guidance, and we are going to pray a little bit, and I'm going to just check to see if Zyra can do anything to help, because we're about to do a stupid thing.
Did a bad thing.
Bad time. Do not cry. Renee's gonna make. I was gonna put Zyra's saving throw item on her,
Mm-hmm.
just in case.
Put a
Yeah.
cloak around her.
Yep.
You could go and put Grizak's cloak,
I'll put Grizak's cloak on her. Yeah.
or on him or her.
I'll put Grizak's cloak on him.
Okay.
Oh no, we're gonna put them all on Zyra. No, we'll put
Grizak
it.
has a good fort save, so.
Yeah, we'll put it on. All right. Now, I'm just taking a look to see if there's anything that.
There's the luck.
Oh, funny.
There's the luck.
I'm not repeating
We're
that.
gonna put the luck pin on. I'm gonna put the luck pin on Zyra. Sorry, Ahmed.
Okay.
That's alright.
I'm just trying to think if there's any shadow touch-based shadow conjuration or touch-based shadow evocation spells.
So Zyra can help herself, right? Can help other people. She can cast spells, touch spells, use shadow to help herself and others.
Right, but
Like-
she
Fort save, like Bear's Endurance. She has it.
no.
Okay, so she's a useless caster. Okay.
All right. She could give everyone Death Ward. +4 saves on death. So David that saves versus death, but I don't know if break enchantment. So break enchantment, I don't think it has the I don't think it's like flesh to stone. I don't think it gives like you don't have the DC to die with it. I think that's stone to flesh that does. But it doesn't. The one doesn't have a cash level check. I think.
It does not say. Yep.
So, Renee checks his mascara, and then he's going to do this while the heroism is still going because he's going to need that bonus on the wisdom checks not to fuck up the spell if he does the caster level.
Okay.
Okay.
The first roll, we're gonna do this in reverse order.
Well, I have to make the spell go. The scroll.
Oh,
go
that's
first.
right. The DC of the caster level check that you need to make is 1 plus the caster level, so 12.
Yay! Scroll goes.
So Renee calls out to Weejas and begins to read the words perfectly, and does not allow his grumbling belly to interrupt him. The scroll begins to burn up. He waves his hand and taps a bunch of statues, and it's the last statue that you touched that is the first one that will make the save, or the caster level check. So the male Durgar in heavy armor
Nope.
is still petrified.
What's the DC?
The DC of her petrification is 22.
Okay.
Okay. The male Nagaji, nature looking. Scary.
Hey, Nagaji, how you doing?
He is awake. Free.
He is also gets to make his fortitude save versus plague.
Oh, did you plague all of these people?
No, he was. But I said which ones I touched in order.
Oh, okay.
Like the people I was grabbing first.
Yep.
He was the only one that was knocked out of order. It's him and then the
Okay.
top three.
Okay, got it. So he needs to make a saving throw, so he potentially cursed.
Yeah. I didn't mean to.
Okay. The male elf with the bow and lute, dashing.
Motherfucker, you take my girl and I will ghoul the shit out of you. 16. Don't have to worry about it.
Petrified.
Eat your spleen. The creepy Nagaji is not petrified anymore,
Oh.
but he might be cursed.
And he might not be he might not be the guy that you are playing. Sneaky looking kobold.
15.
Petrified. The female Azamar.
15.
Wow. 1, 5, 4, 4.
The half-orc monk-looking guy with the arcane components.
14.
Stop rolling. Let somebody else roll.
The half-elf robed priest of Coralon with the longsword.
16.
Holy fuck.
Are you rolling a d6?
Nope.
It's just
This is just this is just this night, man.
The male in robes, horns. He gets a +4 to his roll.
29.
Free. Grizak. Missing one eye. Petrified. Zeta.
Can you find somebody who can cast better than you?
I'm just gonna.
This is an 11th level caster. It's the best possible caster level for the 11th level party.
This is amazing.
Just.
I am lawful in a lawful place.
Mm-hmm.
Does that help the caster level of the scrub bell at all? Nope. Well then. Okay.
Okay, I've paused for long enough. Zeta remains a statue, and then your beloved Zyra. After
I'm
all
gonna
this
eat everyone
time.
that came back if this is going wrong.
Are you praying to whatever lawful deity of this temple
I am praying for this.
it's consecrated to? Yep.
Yep.
It is a lawful temple. I'm going to give you a +2 just because this is your a lawful temple. Zyra's
+2. That +2.
Zyra falls to her knees as the decade-long petrification.
And you owe Asmodeus a favor.
I will suck Asmodeus' dick. I mean,
There's a small part of it on the floor over
You
there.
you catch her as she's falling.
yep.
She's kind of lying in your arms. Maffei flows into a locket that is still around Zyra's neck and disappears.
Renee, you did it. So much has happened. Zyra's gonna try to stand up.
Okay, her legs find their strength.
Renee, while
Renee's
wishes to be like meaningful and kind, also knows that he unleashed a bunch of threats at the same time because he didn't know this was gonna work.
yeah. There's a Nagaji and a man in horns, so I need to create 2 tokens. Mark, you still thinking?
Yeah, I'll trade nibbles. This will be a better mythic character, I think. Looking at it,
Which one?
the Nagaji. Yeah.
Oh, you actually want this as your character? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to Afterlife. No.
I just freed you from the storm. I recommend you be quiet and not interrupt.
This is not.
Who are you?
My name is Rene.
Where did he go, Mark? Did you drag him somewhere?
I didn't drag anybody anywhere.
Okay. His name is what?
Oh, yeah, I think he's right at the bottom.
Murgovin?
He's the last one at the bottom of the sandbox.
I'm gonna drag him into Doomsday.
You want me to move him to Doomsday?
I already did.
Oh, okay.
You understand the words I use? Yes.
What language are you speaking?
Imperial Common.
I have learned this tongue, yes.
He's got
It's
kind of
the
a
language of the invaders.
for a lizard man. He's got kind of a noble countenance.
Did you find the scroll? Zyra's looking for the hidden scroll, the scroll of import.
Oh yeah, she has the scroll on her. It is not the gold encrusted scroll.
Okay, that's getting stooshed more away, and
Okay.
Yep.
The scroll that you have is a Kofranian scroll. Picture it has ancient hieroglyphs on it and some low and high Kofranian written in it. If Radimer were alive, he could definitely read it for you.
Rub it in! Rub it in!
Okay, here is Murgovane.
do you have a name?
I am Mergovane. I'm war chief from my tribe.
What year do you think it is?
I think it's 300 years prior to this year.
Yeah, he says something about he's a Nagaji. He knows that there was something that was threatening his tribe. We'll say he fought in the Shadow War.
Sure.
And what was the reason you coming here? Your companions wanted to come here to seek something out.
Yeah. A powerful artifact to defeat the shadows.
Yep, you thought where they stuck all the dead Imperials would be a good place to go and get Imperial magic.
Mm-hmm. And learn Imperial secrets.
Are you a subject or are you a slave?
I am a subject, I believe. Kind of bristles at the having to say that.
Zeta. Grizak.
The one?
Zeta's a statue.
Zeta's a statue.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Zyra got brought back.
Zyra got brought back. Yep.
And then there's a and then there's a tiefling who is being very quiet. And let's
Yep.
find.
I don't see you over there, Mr. Orns.
Just nods to you. He seems he kind of like is crouching down and is sort of rubbing his temples, and I need to find a good tiefling.
And Murgovane, point out any of those that were your warriors that came in.
Okay, are there any warriors with me? I don't know why. I like to think the Centaur was one of them.
Yeah, you guys were a really monstrous crew. There's only one left.
Destinius taps the Centaur on the hind. You was a rival, but a friend.
Renee is going to point in the Junkwardly direction. I did not
looks
use
up.
the spell on him thinking that he would be somewhat upset.
You have chosen wisely. That must be repaired before he is brought back.
All right, I need a really creepy, good tiefling name.
Shazar.
Shazam.
What the heck?
Wow. Okay, so
Oh, answer the
like always, the first things are not always the best things.
Captain Marvel. Chinnigan.
Tiefling name generator.
It's
Go.
a tiefling male?
Yep.
Lilandar.
Liam. Lorne.
Oh, I like Lorne.
Okay. Kamos Lorne. I like Lorne too. Not always the first thing.
Stop using the mouse, not connected to the computer.
I must thank you for freeing me. Is the Medusa still around? And he looks nervous.
Not unless she can operate with an arrow through her head.
I see. And
There
to-
is something stalking around here, defiling. So I would be on guard.
To whom do I owe the pleasure?
René Sevelier. Zyra is eyeing suspiciously these, in shadow tongue. Not all that come here would be good. She's going to sense the motives of these strangers.
He bows. Then I am in your debt, René. Such is the way of my people.
As am I. Out. My magic is yours. Till my
39.
debt is paid.
39 cents motive from Zyra.
Okay, what do you...
Are these people truthful in their words? She's most specifically concerned about the tiefling who was like hiding and being sneaky as opposed
Yep,
to the guy
yeah,
who's
the
like, I am warrior from
The,
tribe.
the
beat man."
tiefling is walking on eggshells and is being very careful. Whereas the big warrior seems to... the big snake man seems to be a little more simple.
Yep.
Direct, we'll call it. There's no scheming, although he does have a very noble countenance. Regular int, regular wisdom, and high charisma. Yeah,
Zyra's gonna
built like a truck.
put on her gear.
Okay.
And will...
If you do not mind, I may like to take a few things from the pile. Trust me, they are only of use to me.
Renee will nod.
Okay. He takes what is the equivalent of spell components for a priest.
Okay.
And you noticed that one of the holy symbols of Asmodeus is now no longer in the pile.
That's fine. Zyra. Zyra's got a chaotic god, I think. Moon god?
Lair, I believe. It's chaotic good.
I think she's she's chaotic neutral.
She's chaotic neutral. Your god is chaotic good.
Yeah. She doesn't want to cast in this place.
No, she feels bad in this place. He spreads his arms wide
Somewhere
and
else.
and is praying before the altar. He puts his hands on the altar.
Renee's going to drag Grizak and Zeta out.
Okay.
Murgovane helps you. We are moving the rest. I will help you.
All right. We'll move the rest. It is a terrible fate to be trapped in stone.
He looks at you. I know.
You've had descriptions of these things because you've asked Maffei to describe these creatures to you. Like who else shares your fate? So you actually had 10 years to go, tell me everything about this guy.
Yep, every detail of...
So you've had 10 years of suspicion and 10 years of like, they seem neat, and your prejudices probably have crept into that conversation.
Yep.
You actually feel a little bit of sad about Murgovane because you know that there was a tribe of Nagaji that were native to Tarak. You know that the Imperium, when they came across it, when they came across these tribes, tried to enslave them, almost like on purpose, and that the Nagaji ended up being transported off-world to serve other Nagaji that were already subservient to the Imperium. There was a more northern tribe, or north did some of the Nagaji come, as they were trying to flee from their more southern lands. They kind of went into the interior, and they didn't fare very well, because reptilian, cold.
Yeah.
But still, they were able to do so. And it was one great cavern of Murgovane's people that got attacked by the Shadow Swarm.
Oh.
And died almost en masse. Murgovane, you know that this happened while you were away, and have probably sworn enemy of the Shadow.
Understood.
Yeah. I'll drag you right in. We'll adjust your background and just fucking drag you right into the Shadow War. So part of your people have been enslaved. There may still be a few strong ones left in the south, and the ones that went north are pretty much gone.
Okay, so I'm one of the last.
We're gonna pull people out into sort of just the big group and outside of the profane.
Okay, the only one that is you're having a hard time moving without it crumbling to pieces is the wizard.
We'll leave the wizard there.
Okay.
He's fragile. We'll wait till we can sculpt stone him back into something. So we can fix him or make him whole.
Were any of these ones your friends?
Only these two here. The rest are stranger to us. She said it was a torture to be left this way. Torture is bad.
I do not mean to interrupt. He bows deeply, politely. Do you know
Speak, Asmodean.
He smiles. Do you know of a way to leave this place? Do you have the proper spells to return us to our plane?
Yes.
Ah. Then which one of you shall cast the teleport? Which one of you shall cast the plane shift?
I do not know this magic.
Unfortunate, Nagaji. Your people are known for being quite brilliant spellcasters. Amongst other things, he says. He looks you up and down.
We're going to start casting a break enchantment. Takes a minute.
Who's casting that?
Zyra.
How many of these fucking things do you have, and how many tokens do I have to create?
I have 5.
It's a fucking army of adventurers. Oh shit, Mark was right. Mark was right. Funny. It's fun. We'll do it. Marty likes the ensemble cast of characters, so great.
That was the resigned great.
Well, alternately, you could wave your hands and say that it didn't work on the other ones, and our friends came back because it's the extra creatures per cast. No, okay then.
No.
Then we're just making fucking everything.
However, Murgovane and Kama's Lorne need to make their every curse on the creature gets a roll. So I'm gonna roll quietly for the curse that you spread on them.
Yep.
That you're removing.
There's also a curse on Grizak, and there's a curse on the lady.
Yep. Because initially you need to make a saving throw.
Yep.
Murgovane is fine. So is Kamos.
How about Zyra?
Saving throw.
Oh, did break the curse.
Forts. Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead and roll because you're D20 plus 11.
The curse wasn't broken that way. Or, I'm assuming 15 didn't break it.
Nope.
The fortitude save is
+4.
no.
All the stuff you have on you. Or +3, I guess. All the stuff you have on you.
26.
Yep.
Fort save.
She's fine. She felt a little weird, but she thought it was part of coming out of the break enchantment. So Renee's curse is still potentially out there. But you're moving all the statues and you're coming into contact with them. Oh yeah, it's not good.
Just rubbing everything. At least
Renee is like typhoid Mary right now.
I've touched so many things. I'm good. Until we go and loot the rest. All right. So we're gonna cast break enchantment.
Okay. Did you find one of the funerary batons? Please tell me you did. I know that she did not keep many of them, because she did not want others to escape.
Yes, I found a funerary baton. We have a couple.
Oh my. Gelugons, he says. He's laughing at them. These are prototypical devils. He's poking at them, and you got him distracted. Well,
Be careful of the pile beside. He is family. Zyra, like, little glance back, concentrates on her spell, like a tear.
the break enchantment goes off. All right, rolling in reverse order of the people you touched. The important people got touched first. So let's go to the other. Murgovane looks awesome, Mark. That is an awesome token from Murgovane.
The break enchantment is a abjurative spell. It is. Okay.
The old wizard you're leaving alone. Are you bringing back the centaur with the missing junk?
Not until I get a Grizak or somebody to stone shape the junk back on.
Okay, the male Durgar.
26.
He's free.
We call you treasure dwarf. Now carry the treasure.
That's harsh.
Okay, next.
All right.
The male elf with lute and bow.
Goddamn rival is awake.
Free. The sneaky-looking kobold.
Nope.
Stuck. The female Azamar.
Hot Pants is awake.
Free. The half-orc monk with arcane components.
Free.
He's free.
This is really Zyra's dungeon. Welcome to Zyra's dungeon. She's just gonna live here now. Nemi's one character. I want a kobold.
The half-elf robed priest of Corlon with a longsword.
He's just gonna stab the Asmodean. 22. Wait.
Hey!
And
Yeah.
they start to fight.
There's a battle rope. Yeah, exactly. All sorts of
kobolds, Nemi.
all sorts of arguing. The Grizak.
Come on, Grizak.
Watch. Yeah. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I like watch this. Watch this.
Your great niece, Zita. Free.
Yeah, boy.
Oh.
Okay, and you don't have to make fort saves or anything like that because break enchantment is awesome. All right, while I'm creating tokens, feel free to roleplay because it's gonna start to get loud and busy in here.
Everybody,
Roger.
take a character and go.
Guard your
This is fucking-
treasures is what I'm saying.
Just fucking chattering and people like, "Hey, what happened? What's going on here?"
What happened?
Zeta. Zeta, you've succeeded.
What?
Although we should probably tend to Zane.
What happened to? You mean Evander?
Sorry. Yeah, you are also Zane. That's not
Yes.
effective, right? I am also Zane. We are all Zane.
Yes.
Zane in the membrane.
Oh, God.
Evander did not survive.
No. And she just grabs you and starts to cry and sob.
Okay, Renee.
She
is
will
cold
She will
to the
embrace.
touch. Oh, you're
She's going to whisper in friggin' shadow tongue. Welcome to the shadow.
What the fuck did you just say?
Do you speak shadow tongue?
She does not speak Shadow Tongue. Though, as a player, it's something I want my characters to learn.
Yeah.
It's nice to have someone who can teach it.
She said that it is welcome to the world of grown up.
kobold. Small.
Who are these others?
They were all adventurers, all people who were infiltrating. Although Kamios was here before I was. Not certain how. many were here before I was.
Yeah.
As an Asmodean, maybe he displeased her.
Oh, Auntie, she's looking at the Grizak. I know what he's like, but you really should let him out.
Was he always missing the eye?
Oh, I hadn't noticed. No. He had both eyes when he was transformed. What
Do you-
could have done this?
Do you have the magics to find objects?
I actually might.
If you have a locate object, we could do a quick
Name for a half elf?
Kendalmar.
Always with that first.
What's wrong with Roland?
I heard Pendlemar.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I said Roland. I thought Roland was
Okay.
like a decent kind of.
Roland is not a good name.
Rambo.
I like
Mr.
I like Pendle. Pendle Saros is his name.
Locate object. She does have it.
There's Pendle.
So we could do a Grizak eyeball hunt.
All right, I need a half orc. Half
You know,
orc.
just because it's there doesn't mean it actually works, right? Just because it's there doesn't mean it
Well,
actually
we're gonna
works.
use a heal check to mush it back in. Get like a little hammer.
I'm gonna give me a half orc name.
Half orc name.
Yep.
A half orc monk.
He's a monk summoner who trains with his eidolon. It's fucking awesome.
I actually debated making a rogue summoner at one point, and they and you give them both teamwork feats.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Anyway, irrelevant.
Although the idea was for actually Zyra to use her shadow familiar to be the teamwork for the sneak attack, but it works really well with Renee. Boo! I'm a ghost behind you. Ah, I'm being murdered.
I was gonna say Mulgar. It sounds very similar to Mulbutt.
Okay.
Fru.
I like that as the last part. It needs 2 syllables and then 1. So, blah blah fru.
Tragan Fru.
Tragan. FRO. Fru. Dragon as in dragon. Sounds good. Bloop. We're like, I want to adventure with these guys. We've got the Nagaji. We need the Azamar.
We have no idea what level they are. I'm assuming they're all decent, but not on par.
Yeah.
They had to get into this place, so they should be at least friggin' 7th or 8th.
Okay, Azamar female. Her name is Pluma.
Renee is going to focus on sort of investigating the new blood, like ensuring nobody's being too much of a dick. He is standing in armor and does have a weapon. Like, all right, you bunch of naked assholes. No.
Okay,
Ooh,
there's
need to
Pluma Zaris, who has very, very long white hair.
You remind me of a boy I knew.
And the
Can you sing?
the elf bard. Elf bard.
Stay in your lane, I'm gonna break your fingers.
That is a weird looking. Oh, it's because it's of a statue. Okay. Little statuette. Oh yeah, this guy looks like a troublemaker.
And what did I tell you about the face tattoos, especially when it's only your forehead? What's wrong with you?
Oh boy, elf names.
Oh.
Hafula, Tatula.
Felicitil.
I made my first few elves using like fucking Tolkien-esque Elven, and it takes a while to find simple combinations that didn't sound like trash. And they all ended up getting short forms that people used.
I like this one. This one makes me laugh. It's a Mirfis, but you can shorten it to Murphy's.
Mirfist.
Mirfis. Mirfis, but it could be Murphy.
Erfis. Oh, it'd just be Erfis. Continue. Day of St. Patrick's.
Well, it is
St. Patty's.
St. Patty's Day tomorrow, I guess. 16th, 17th?
Tiddly-dee. Tiddly-doo.
His name is Mirfis Eldorak.
I do like the name Snitch for the kobold.
That's an excellent name, especially if he's a roguey type.
Yep.
I had Zrake, but I could change it to Zrake or Snitch.
No, it's just Stitch. Remember the thing you had a long time ago. Rat. He was
Yeah.
an NPC.
All right, his clan is Rake. So
We
he's
didn't
Snitch.
call him anything else. We called him
Snitch,
Rat.
Pendle, Tragon, Pluma, Mirfis. They shorten it to Murphys. It's easier for you to say.
There's only room in this game for one bad accent.
There's one guy he's just playing fucking lute while you guys are all arguing and making noise. But Mirfis is petrified, isn't he? He didn't get out of the
No,
Snitch.
Snitch. is petrified.
Okay, so this is Grizax, petrified, Snitch. The elf with the bow.
Everybody
the-
understands Imperial Common, or is there somebody here who does not know?
What campaign did Vlauveng fit into? Is that a thing you guys remember?
I don't remember Vlauveng.
Could you expand upon Valvang's concept?
Dwarf? Durgar?
Was he like the Iron Dwarf?
He was a Titan's Gift 2 sandbox character, and he was in the archive for Titan's Gift 2, and then I eventually... No, I don't think I've created Vlauveng. Not in a campaign that we've played. Alright, so I've got a dwarf picture for Vlauveng.
This the one with the cool mask?
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back, buddy.
This guy.
Yeah. Fuck you and your guns! Alright, first rule, does anybody not understand the words that I am saying? That is not the rule by itself. Tell me, do you understand the words that I'm saying?
Yeah, they're all like kind of arguing, like, "Hey, where's all my stuff? Hey, what happened to such and such?" And that sort of thing. And the priest,
Hey!
they stop.
Fuck up!
The guy was tuning his lute, like,
Not right now! You're all petrified in the dungeon. I'm pretty certain you all know how you got here. Do you understand the words I am saying? You all speak the common? Nod!
says Murgovane. Vlauveng just simply nods, although you could tell there's like a willfulness for him not to nod. Yes, by Colon, I can understand what you're saying. No need to get angry. He just raises his hands, but he's bowing. Not like bowing, but he just bows his head in submission.
Rogovane turns to you. I helped.
The woman with the hair seems to be just kind of fussing with her hair a little bit, kind of tying it up into a braid, and she looks up at Renee and looks him over, like almost like she might inherently sense there's something wrong with you. I can understand, she says. Where are we? I can understand what you're saying. Don't worry about it.
Alright, we will get along just fine. Okay, so we don't need any fighting.
A
we're
foul
trying to get-
language, says the orc.
Perfect. Alright. The gear that was stripped from you by the Medusa should be in here somewhere. You can look for it. No fighting. If there's any fighting, I will settle it. I tell you that.
Okay.
We are still looking to get out of this place. Any fuck around, no good. Okay?
My previous question, says Camlos. He just taps like a black nailed finger on your shoulder.
Yes,
Did you find a funerary baton?
as I said before, yes, we found that.
May I have it?
No.
Which one of you will be casting the teleportation or plane shift?
We have several who cast teleport.
I will cast the teleport.
If required, I can cast a plane shift. The rod should be tuned to rack.
Thank you for the notification. We're gonna run a quick spellcraft check. You guys see plane shift? He's got big boy pants on. So Zyra is making note of the Asmodean
Okay.
because
Yeah.
yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, plane shift is a 5th circle cleric spell.
Yeah, yeah,
Circle cleric. Okay.
okay, yeah. Screw that
And
guy.
he seems to know how to get out of here.
Yep.
It appears that much of our gear is missing. Unfortunate. Perhaps they were things that this horrid creature has given away, traded away. You can hear them. No arguing. They're grumbling though. Like their years of adventuring, treasure is gone, and they're missing stuff, and
Yeah.
they're-
That's all in my boots.
yeah,
How'd they
exactly.
take my boots. It's one of those. Look at the horse dong that fell off, and that's not you.
The magic of this place is blinding. I can't tell what we should be touching or not. If it's not yours, don't touch it. You fools. They've probably taken it all.
If the
I don't
only
think it is a good time to first start a fight here.
If their only goal was to take your things, why even bring you back?
An excellent point, lizard man. Says the orc.
I know.
It does look like they've already tossed the place there. They probably all found all the good stuff.
Was there any mundane stuff?
Yeah, there was broken. They're not an effective fighting force. They're finding bits and pieces. The divine casters aren't finding their holy symbols. You know, like except for the Asmodean.
What god do you follow?
Who are you asking?
Pluma. Who's whiffing of paladin at this point?
Just because my heritage is of the angels does not mean that I follow them. My god is
Fire a holy symbol.
my god is a wisp on the wind. I prefer the gods that do not concern themselves with mortal affairs. My god is a Katie.
Okay.
Or my goddess, I guess.
Wait a second. I want to see if I can use shadow conjuration to create holy symbols.
She is a Plume Kith Azamar.
Seems like a bit of a drag.
Plume Kith have bonuses to Wisdom and to Dex.
That's awesome.
Bonuses to Acrobatics and Fly, see Invisibility, as she seems very limber.
Yeah. Bendy.
Gymnastics. She's got a bit of a tude though.
He's got a bit of a tude. There's a bit of a tude there.
Ah, I'm Pendle, he says. Greetings. He's a half elf. He's bearing the symbol of Corlon. However, somebody has very carefully like drilled holes into it, and it's kind of like broken. I fear
Anything Corlonian?
I fear that they have defaced my sigil of Corlon. Corlon Lorethian, please forgive those who defaced your symbol. I shall find another.
You
Is
are
it-
very kind. If someone had defaced my symbol, I would break their neck and feed them to wolves.
Noted.
Renee likes this guy.
Noted, but I presume that it was the Medusa that did this. It is her fell fame behind us, is it not?
Yes. I would very much have liked to break her neck and feed her
Renee's
to
gonna
wolves.
pull out the scroll and make whole.
Okay.
And Coralon is a god that we kind of get along with, so
That scroll can fix a lot of material, not just one thing. What
well,
level is it?
can we mend the holy symbol, or is it too
No,
large for mending?
it is a broken holy symbol, or you can definitely.
Spellcraft. Can you mend a broken statue with it that
What-
turned it to flesh? 38.
You could use mending on the holy symbol. The make whole, I don't know if there's a weight limit. Give me a second.
Make whole is 10 cubic feet per level.
Make whole could restore the penis.
Or the wizard.
God damn, that's one hell of a penis.
Or the wizard, yes.
Renee, before you use the scroll, you can repair the symbol with a simple mending cantrip. And that scroll can likely restore either the wizard or the centaur's his bit thing, you know, his penis.
Yeah, the mending. If anyone has mending, you could restore the holy symbol. And
so
the
Zyra
make
will-
whole, the make whole could only do one object.
One object of 10-foot cube per cash level.
Yep. So either the centaur and his bit, or the wizard.
I can fix your holy symbol. Oh, if I don't have one though.
Or Grizzak if you
Zyra-
find his eye. Yep.
Zyra, this is or Grizak if we find his eye. Zyra will cast the mending on the holy symbol.
Okay. Ah,
Or
praise,
like, jeez, we got
praise be. Your magic is strange, but the holy symbol, I can feel the power returning to it. Blessings of Coralon and his family upon you. You're a priestess of Lear?
yes.
Oh, he says, like he's not going to argue with you, but you could see the consternation, not just of you're a priestess of Lear, but I'm a heretic and a shadowcaster. He's surprised that an elf is worshiping a this particular god, but doesn't make an issue of it. May we live in interesting times. He glances to Zita and he smiles at her.
You may be regretting that statement. Times have grown incredibly interesting.
Yes. Well, may the tree of life protect us all. Again, Renee probably does not fall under the tree of life's protection. Pendle. He's trying to shake Zita's hand.
She puts out a hand to shake. How do
Blessings.
you do?
Blessings upon you, fair maiden, he stammers a bit. I thank you for returning me to my life. That one over there is named Snitch. We needed a rogue to get into this place, you see.
Yes,
We heard that this was a pit of devils, and, well, there were those amongst us that are no longer here. What year is it? How many years since the coming of the Undying Emperor?
300.
Oh. Wow. I suppose most of my companions would have died anyways of old age. We came here in approximately 200 UE. He gulps. He kind of goes and sits down a little bit after realizing that how much time has passed. I wonder why I haven't aged. You notice that Kamos Lauren just smiles at this, and he kind of goes about poking at the devil, and he's pretending to be busy, Renee.
Hey, Kemos,
Yes.
you seem to know a lot about this place.
Yes.
How did you offend your mistress?
I'm a priest, and she is a priest, and the two of us did not see eye to eye. Of course, I couldn't look her directly in the eye until I actually did. He smiles. I thank you for freeing me. It is to you that I owe this debt. Personally.
What was that? Okay.
Did I puff into the microphone?
Yes, it was.
There was a loud sound. Yeah, I breathed in the microphone. Sorry about that.
It is to you I owe this debt personally.
If you help get us out of here, I will consider that debt repaid.
There are other chambers with other dangers. Did you explore the rest of this place?
Everything except the only as much as we needed to find the people we care about.
Well, you found one of the richest of treasures here, and he just waves his hands wide. There are 3 other crypts that do contain very powerful treasures. If we have the strength, I would suggest, humbly of course, going into those places. With our numbers, there is no way that the Guardians placed there could match our skill.
Which of the chambers has the sword?
Ah. Is that why you're here?
We're here for a variety of reasons. The sword is but one.
Ah, indeed.
In Shadow Tongue, what sword? Why a sword?
I don't know Shadow Tongue.
I don't know what you're saying. I need to teach you.
It's like one of the only languages she doesn't know.
She'll switch to Hadean.
What the fuck is Hadean?
Shay?
Ah. There are keys that you must find. They will unlock the way to a deeper vault. The sword is kept there.
Are you able to raise the dead?
It depends how the dead died. But yes, I can. With sufficient diamonds? Why? Do one of your companions... He looks at the elf and he winces. I do not think I can bring this one back. Too much of his body has been scattered.
Zyra kind of winces at that.
Our priest.
Oh, a priest. How interesting. What deity did this priest call out to?
Renee's going to say...
Huge ass.
Ouijas. I think it would be acceptable.
A compatible deity, the ruby sorceress. Very good dinner companion. According to my deity, or so I imagine.
I wouldn't make a deal with that one there. He looks a little tricky.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, there you go.
It's like this fucking... It's like face tattoo versus bad chest tattoo. It's just D&D land. It's...
Vlauving comes over and just nods to the priest, and then the priest bows surprisingly. he's kind of issuing that if he has the elf gives you problems, Valving does no compunction, put an axe in his head.
How did you get in here, armored dwarf?
We were searching for treasure. My battle mates are missing.
Look at all the walking Lunchables. There's just Lunchables everywhere.
Walking Lunchables. Wow.
Those, yeah. Okay,
Are you done trying to free them?
no. I'm contemplating whether or not to bring the Grizzak back without his eye.
Just do it. Fuck's sake.
Perhaps you could craft a temporary one.
I would be proud of such a scar.
Sculpt stoning the eye out of one of the statues and putting that eye into the Grizzak statue.
I might be able to find his eye. I have a spell.
I could cast a stone-shaped spell to create an egg-like thing to place inside his empty socket. If it was removed before or after he was turned to stone.
After.
You know he's just gonna put it up his...
He will likely bleed from that wound. You may want to prepare healing magics when you revive him. It will be painful when he turns back to talking to Renee. He doesn't seem to be eager to go tripping over everyone to go help, but he gives advice and
Yep.
stands back, conserving his spells.
Yep. We should probably take a look.
At?
Well, Zyra, I believe, has locate object.
Yes.
Ooh!
So, the problem is, we've got a whole bunch of yak holes now that we've woken up that we don't really trust. What are we going to do? Bring everyone with us? Or are we going to split the party and have one person playing fucking teacher? With an Asmodeus with fifth circle spells? You know.
Might I suggest to leave the centaur behind? He does not look like a trustworthy sword.
Oh, did I hear that?
You overheard him whispering something about the centaur. He was whispering to Renee.
Mind your tongue, horned one.
Very well. No offense intended. I am very curious to see who that wizard is. Of course, the centaur is probably going to be angry missing his twig and balls.
It's twig and berries. He just kind of mutters to himself.
Everyone knows that.
I got... Yeah, chicken. Mine's still here. Says Murphy. Hello there, lass. I'm Murphy's. Don't touch me.
Okay, we will... Oh, go ahead.
Have you searched the entire area?
We've searched this floor, most of the floor above, and then most of the ground. Most of the Guardian were killed, but there are still ghosts, and then one creepy monster thing that is Desecrate statue. Does Maffei or Zyra know of the imp? Yes, they know of the imp.
Yep.
That would be the stone imp.
The stone imp, you know, carries... The stone imp, you know, is able to leave and come from this place on his own.
He may or may not be here. He can come and go as you at will.
100 years. I guess it's all right. Coralon is still here.
How long has it been? It was like 300 years ago when.
Yeah, it's 301
Yeah, but
UE.
Yeah, he would know, that like Terraslene fell and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He's a half elf. He's
Yeah. We should at least take a look, Zeta, for the Grizak's eye.
okay.
Of course. It's the only humane thing to do.
Mergravane and Renee are going to play school teacher,
Okay.
school marm, and Zyra and Zeta
We'll go up top.
will go up top.
Okay. Pendle will offer to escort.
Okay.
Oh, what do you think you're doing? You're going off with the two elven lasses, are you? Murphy's is coming along.
Maffei is going to.
I'm very charmed. He's kissing Zeta and Zyra's hands. It's Murphy's. Well, it's Murphy's, but you know the humans say they always bastardize everything. Like this bastard over here. Hey,
Says Pendle.
I got ears a bit round.
Now, no need for name calling.
That's just an all for his observation. I could offer you an observation or two.
And he's like takes a stand back, and he's obviously checking you out.
How the fuck did the two of you fight?
You're welcome to keep those to yourself. Thank you, Matt.
If we're looking for eyes, I like to keep the two of mine.
Pendle, Murphys, what do you fight?
Longsword here should suffice.
Okay, Renee's gonna draw his longsword and chuck it to him.
Okay.
And Murphy's fights with his wit, his charms.
Gives you a wink.
Renee stares too long without blinking back.
I don't seem to see my bow around here anywhere.
Is he strong?
Yeah, he's strong. Ish.
Like 18 strong?
No.
It's like 13, 14 strong.
14 strong. Yeah.
14 strong? We'll chuck him a... We'll chuck him a...
You get a stick.
No, he'll get a bow. Actually, well, he'll get to use his wit. Use your wit for now, Bard.
Thanks, sir. You got a dagger or something? Like something I could. I'll hide behind this one in the armor.
He's talking to Zyra.
I'm just joking. I'll stand up front.
You could try to hide behind me.
Oh,
Is it a challenge? Murphy's is up for a challenge.
I want to burn that elf soul. Pendle's like just shaking his head. He wished all of his life to be true elven, and then he meets a true elf, and he's just a dick.
I'm just looking to see if we have anything that's we'll give that elf the bow of the four and a quiver of arrows.
Thanks. Much obliged. Let's get going there. Let's get
Don't
out.
lose that bow; it is good against ghosts.
Pitter patter, ladies.
Oh.
Pitter patter.
And you leaving Maffei behind?
We'll leave Maffei behind.
Okay.
You go up and cast your spell, searching for Grizek's eye.
You walk the entire perimeter for as long as the spell lasts, and you don't find his eye.
Okay. It's more than likely, my guess is, perhaps this creature took it through one of those teleportation circles, and they're out of range. A
Oh.
theory, of course.
Zyra thinks, or the thing just left.
might have just left. That's what
Well,
it does.
Teleportation, regardless. Or plane shifting, whatever.
Here's a
It is
trick.
good to see you, Nemes. It has been some time.
Some time we've never met.
Zyra disappeared 10 years ago. You've met your creepy aunt.
Oh, okay.
She's occasionally come to Terra's Lean when you visited, but like in the last 30 years, like a handful of times.
We barely met. I mean, I've heard all the stories. Read them, some of them.
Not all of them are true.
But to your family, then. Shut up. Pendle's dragging.
Listen, I lost my brother today. Saving you. So, a little bit of silence from your corner would be very much appreciated.
Pendle immediately is looking down, and Murphy's is like... Good. Pendle does not like Murphy's.
No, they do not.
Okay, you walk around the
Rather
grounds.
you in the shadow war.
The Shadow War was a long time ago.
I think at this point it's fair to ask the question, what year?
I think I was sent after her.
Which one did you point at?
Zyra? You're the Shadow Priestess, aren't you?
Who sent you?
You know, the caretaker. Who's concerned that you fell off the side of the earth or something. There was a bunch of me. Bunch of us, adventurers, I suppose. It tracked you down to that horrible place and couldn't get out. I guess I was a lucky one. You're not the only person who had some people die on you. He thinks for a minute and looks away. Well, everyone has sacrificed here, I think. There will be time for us to mourn. We must follow them. They are our best hope to leaving this fell realm. And he nods to Zyra and Zeta. Oh yeah, no doubt about it. All of our casters are dead. I don't see them around here anywhere, unless there's another hall of statues anywhere.
Very well could be, for all we know. We haven't exactly gone through
Does
every
you
room.
know of anything, any other halls of statues?
Yep.
There's none on this level. None on the level below.
It's unfortunate.
I feel so bad for you, Ahmed. Like, really?
It's alright.
Alright, so they didn't find Grizak's eye. You guys come back down after searching and go back into the hall, and you could hear them arguing over, like, stuff.
I say we bring the Grizak back.
They're arguing amongst themselves, because I don't think they're arguing with Renee and the big snake guy, but there is an argument going on between the four of them.
They just do the simmer down now. Simmer down. Did we find the eye?
No, he's likely teleported away with it or plane shifted, who knows. I say we just bring him back and we heal his eye.
There are magics for that. The wizard or the centaur? Do any of you know make whole? I believe there's one scroll of that.
Yeah, we have one scroll. While you were saying we have one scroll.
Yes, Coralon can grant me this spell. Unfortunately, I do not have my prayers.
You should
Oh.
pray.
And he glances over at Kamos Lawn. Ah, yes, of course. I too do not have this prayer prepared.
I was not expecting so much broken.
Okay.
And he smiles, and he's a bit Weasley.
Yeah.
He may not want to put the junk back on the...
You touched my junk. Okay. It was in the Zyra scroll tube that's in party pages in the Doom loot. Okay, I'm just in here and I'm seeing. Oh, there it is. Right.
Yeah, right at the top. Scroll make hole.
There's a scroll make hole, and there's a scroll of stone shape. So we could stone shape the junk, and we can make whole the. We'll make whole the wizard, and we'll stone shape the centaur junk, and then we'll try to bring them all back.
Sorry to hear, Drexter. Condolences. Distraction is good.
That is not the best, but being a good friend is a good idea.
I've got 3 of them on stream with me right now. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys, I'm going home.
Yeah, man.
So we're gonna try to cast a make whole on the wizard.
Okay. You notice the little lines and cracks all starting to reshape and form, and the wizard is in tip-top shape. However, his staff is like broken off. Like, it would look like kind of like a walking stick.
Okay. We're gonna drag him out, and then we're going to use the stone shape on the knob end.
He's putting the statue back together. All right, so this is like a heal check or a knowledge nature or a some sort of doctoring skill or even sculpture. Craft, carving, like kind of.
Yeah. Let's just see. I've got dungeoneering, planes, local, shadow lore, diplomacy. Can I diplomacy the penis on?
Come on, get back out there. Okay, while you
Okay,
guys are figuring that out, I'm going to find a wizard token.
Who is your healer?
I am a healer, although I am more of magical healing.
As am I.
She's got a +10 heal.
Burn what I got.
You put it on fucking backwards! Fuck myself with it!
Every time whenever I poop on my dick now. How'd you fuck it up that way?
It's not a tail. We never liked centaurs. It's on his forehead.
Look, everyone, it's a unicorn.
Oh, funny.
Alright, it's really funny. It's stupid. Alright, so we'll heal. We will heal it on.
The dong.
We will heal the dong.
All right, dare I ask? I need a good wizard name.
24 for the penis.
Nice.
An old wizard or a young wizard?
Older.
Older.
Mm-hmm.
Kergi.
Elbinster.
Fired.
Oh.
Fired.
Yeah! Oh yeah!
Nordstrom.
Too much like the clothing
Like-
store.
Sears.
Right.
Shut
He's bald with a white beard. Wizard.
Kale.
Urn.
Name generator.
But Mikhail is good too. Mikhail.
Bob? Bob's your uncle?
I do not have an Uncle
Bob
Bob.
Uncle.
Uller.
Uller I like. Uller, but I would use U with umlauts, but yeah.
Xanthar.
Is that from like a comic?
It's generic fantasy name.
Very, very common. I don't think it's very.
I'm on fantasy. I'm on this site right now, looking up wizard names,
Corbin.
which means raven.
No, it's
Karasu.
Corvin, isn't it?
Wow, Corvin. Corbin Dallas. That's what I'm going.
When in doubt, look at the ingredients on the back of a food package.
That's awesome. Let's do that. This one's all normal stuff. There it is. There it is.
Racino.
Erythritol glycerin. Lectin.
Lecithin.
Xanthan.
Lecithin. Like lecithin.
Schmaghead.
Carrageenan and stevia.
All right.
Artificial flavor.
Tapioca starch. Coconut.
Satoro.
Sounds like a Japanese anime character.
Everything sounds like a Japanese anime character. You say it with the right.
There's a lot of animes, yeah. Oh my god. Oh,
There's a few good ones here. Drakester. Philbius, Tobias, Yondor. Yondor sounds awesome.
Tobias, well, Yondors.
How about Abe Izarin?
Abe is good. Honest Abe.
We're gonna call him Old Abe.
Is he gonna look like Abraham Lincoln?
Stone Abe.
4 score and 7 magic missiles ago.
I got turned into a fucking statue.
There's Abe.
Alright.
Or Abacus.
Abe, short for Abacus. Abacus is awesome.
You were named after a children's toy.
It's a professional piece of equipment.
Little beads that go clickety clack. It is a children's toy.
Wait, look, it was a vampire hunter, not a wizard.
Ninja Scroll was the first anime I ever bought, and it was awesome.
Ninja Scroll is the fucking.
I don't think
Bar
I've
is
ever. I
set
don't think
really
I've ever
high.
watched a Ninja Scroll.
You did.
Did I?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You made me watch
You
it.
were in a house with me, therefore it was watched.
My favorite still is Berserk.
Berserk is amazing. Ninja Scroll has the ending where the dude's is all fucked up and he's got this headband on and he headbutts the dude's
gem.
face into
Oh, yeah.
destruction. It's just a repeated headbutt for 2 minutes of headbutting.
All right, and then we need a knight centaur. I wonder if just centaur paladin.
Crixies?
No, that was too metal.
Like Darcinius.
So I thought this was just like Crixies, like, hey, well, let's bring back Crixies. Well, I came back and I'm like,
Pablo.
Pablo. My donkey don't think it's nice, you laughing?
Oh, it'd be awful if his name was Don Key something.
Don Quixote.
Donkey. Don Quixote. Oh, that's fucking funny. That's fucking hilarious. My name is Donald Quixote. So Don Quixote. Fucking donkey. Just gets mad, loses his paladinhood, charging you down. That's it.
He doesn't have smite really a
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
That is awesome. Is that? Oh. Chiron, the great teacher from the game Smite. I don't know if we want to do that.
Hector.
Oh, this is fucking pimp. He doesn't have a horse end, but we could pretend.
You just all you're using is the face chunk.
Yeah,
You just
right.
need the face bit, right? All you
Yep.
use is the face bit anyway.
You need a paladin token?
What did you call him?
Hector was like the
Hector
was the least
last
giggly name.
Hector, cool. K or C?
Yeah, it's fantasy. We'll go with a K.
Hector, and what was the name that you originally whispered?
Darcinius.
Darcinius. Dun, 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 dun. This is gonna be so cool.
It's gonna be fucking awesome. Gonna do all the things.
This is fucking awesome. Adam always likes the guys in big armor.
Big fucking. I am realistic. Or even it's too big, too ridiculous. Yeah.
This is borderline too big, too ridiculous.
Too big, like Warhammer Fantasy or something.
Hector
Sure,
Darcini. Oh, we'll just call him Hector. He has a
You
last
got
name.
a token?
Yep, I got one.
Mark is pulling up his tokens worthy of being character thing.
I have a few.
Oh, that is Warhammer. That's a librarian, I think.
That's a librarian.
That's a librarian.
You bring that fucking book back on time.
Yes, that is. I believe that is librarian. And yes, you do bring your book back.
Damn.
What the fuck?
What do you mean your money? What do you mean my membership expired?
Hey, you know they make armor out of metal now, right?
All right, so you kind of carefully put the dong back on, and you put it back on. It fits like it's stonework, so it fits back into place, and you kind of patch it back up, and you mold it back into place. You might be sore for a few days, or a heal spell might work, but
Might have a hockey stick in it now.
Yep.
It was just like woo. All right. We will cast a another break enchantment.
okay. In reverse order of the way you touch them, there's Grizak is first, and then it's Snitch, and then it's Abacus, and then it's Hector.
And
Watch this.
Watch it now. Chickizo. Show me what you got.
Hey, King Dong is awake.
All right, Hector.
By Sharon, what is transpiring here?
He kind of reaches back like he wants to touch his balls, like there's something wrong. He stops when he sees everyone.
Easy, my friend. He's gonna just throw a quick healing spell on him, just because you are probably sore.
Yes. It was that imp, wasn't it?
Crunches his mailed fist.
Abacus is up.
He stumbles and actually falls down into his own robes.
Are you all right?
Yes, yes. Quite.
The Medusa. Everyone just sort of points, like 6 of you pointing. He relaxes a little bit.
Natural one on the
On Snitch. Okay.
Snitch.
It didn't work, Suspendal. He was a really good rogue.
Fucking Grizzly.
Ahmed.
Oh, the motherfucker.
Chris just going. Ah! He's bleeding. Just blood just starts pouring out of his open socket.
Ah, fuck.
Krizak will put a curing, put a heal spell on himself.
Okay.
Cure light. It's a cure light.
Ah. Ah.
Zyra.
And
I
a,
came to save you.
and a huge crowd of weird people.
Who the fuck are you people?
Blowling was about to take a step forward to say hello, but then he pauses for a moment and reconsiders.
Hey, where the fuck is Nibbles? Oh yeah, he went dead, right? Same as what's his name. Let's go get these guys back. Hey, excuse me. Fuck, hey, how you doing? The fuck is you guy? Hey, it's the dwarf. What are you doing? Hey, I'm great at. All right. You're silent type. Well, fuck yourself. All right.
He's just
Oh,
walking over there.
I like him. He's fucking rude and stinks like shit. Oh, I like him. Her name's Murphy's.
Hey, you doing, buddy? Shakes hand.
Hey, sorry about your friends. We seem to have all lost friends here, and some of us got kicked out.
He dies all the fucking time. Don't worry about that. Come on, Nibbles.
Taking
Get toe.
a thumb or a toe or something.
Okay, you start cutting off a thumb. Oh, did he actually carry this axe, or is there some other giant that came through here?
Fuck, man, keep getting bigger and shit.
Did you find my lance?
He asks
Your
Murgovain.
lad's right here.
That thing is crude.
Yes,
To the left, but you know it's
Yes.
not bad.
the Grizak takes some getting used to, but he is a blessed of the gods. Lear and the other gods smile upon him.
One can get used to a rash. Does it mean
Start
you should?
collecting Nibbles' gear,
Yep.
and then move on to Radimer. Do the same.
Okay.
We did not find any lance.
I shall take one of the fiend's spears then,
Renee will nod.
with shoed hooves. This massive centaur armored goes wandering over and picks up one of the spears. Although centaurs are undersized, so
They have undersized weapons.
So
you need a-
he could probably use the spear as a makeshift lance at a minus.
Yeah. Is everything feel okay there, or is everything okay, Centaur?
Hey, where the fuck's Evander?
You were damaged, and we had to repair you.
You could see like shock in his eyes.
Is that why my manhood...
Yes.
He rides into the other room where there is that magical veil and checks himself out.
down.
I should be alright.
Right. You
He,
will.
he clasps Murgovain on the shoulder.
The plumbing is intact.
Oh, good. Because if it wasn't, you would be dead soon.
Hey guys, where's Evander? I mean, the little fucking imp told me about, Nibbles and Radimer, but where's Evander?
He didn't make it.
Renee's gonna pull the hair out of his boot and give it to Zeta.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, Renee.
right. Where's his body? I mean, I could try to.
Renee's gonna glance over to the pile of disturbed dust.
Oh, fuck. Alright.
Walk over. Start collecting some dust.
Alright, buddy, don't worry about that. We'll get you put together.
Grizak will do a.
Are these creatures here allied with the shadow dragon?
None of the creatures.
Fuck that bitch. Last time I saw her, she tried to kill us. Hate her.
They are responsible for our freedom.
I mean the dead things at our feet.
The dead things at our feet were mainly, the part of the Shadow Dragon people. We fought on the right side of the Shadow War.
He nods.
Are you ready for round 2?
What do you mean, round 2? There is much fight left in this centaur and in this lizard man.
They commonly think you're a lizard man. You're Nagaji.
Yeah,
but-
it's one of those things like, fuck, whatever.
We'd rather be called Snakeman.
Hector doesn't realize that.
There's
It's been 300 years. Yeah.
It is. It has been about 300 years since you've been turned to stone.
What?
The Shadow War was won in sort of stalemate, and now that stalemate is being broken. We need allies again in that fight.
Hark! We must go to the closest temple of Sharon. The priest there will know.
you're like who wants to tell him there are no temples of Sharon?
Man, it's been a long time since that guy's been around.
Who wants to tell him that he turned against his own family of gods and then was ripped apart? Like, defeated by the Pantheon as he tried.
Didn't go as planned.
Apparently Grizak does.
Apparently it didn't go as planned for that guy. I just say keep an open mind here.
Were you able to commune while in statue form?
It was a listless sleep.
You should commune when you get the chance. Some messages are best given from a deity's own prayers.
He puffs his chest and has a stiff upper lip and doesn't seem to want to let you guys see that it may be bothering him. He's a proud creature.
Well, yeah, it's the whole, like, if that is a makeshift lance, I don't want to get lanced by you. If blasphemer.
Grizak's still walking around with a hole in his face.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
so he isn't bothered yet.
Like, anybody make this fresh?
He's got nibbles and Radimir's pieces.
Why are you cutting off pieces of Radamir? We're going to bring him back.
Oh shit!
Why am I missing a thumb? Why a thumb?
Give me a minute here.
Grizak will go and stitch it back together.
Give me a heel check as you're stitching the thumb back on Radamir. I don't know. I was just following the dirty dwarf around. I wasn't sure.
What? Why didn't you say he was?
Grizak doesn't know Ray's dead. He just reincarnates people.
Radamir wants his own body, you fucker.
37.
Okay, you do a good job. You're like, well, just tell him it fell off in combat.
Don't tell him, right?
Had you failed, he might have had like permanent like spell failure with somatic components or stuff like that. But 37 is a pretty ball and roll for we stitch the finger back on.
But the blue go to the blue, and the red go to red.
Sure.
The purple go to purple. And
Okay, you do notice that there are a few of them that are chatting amongst themselves while you guys are jockeying around. Vlauvang and Kamos and Tragon and Pluma.
Yeah, they're creating their own party.
And Abacus Izarum.
You wouldn't happen to have found a spellbook, have you?
Zyra looks for Renee. Renee will shake his head. No. There was no spell books in the.
Most unfortunate.
What circle can you cast?
None of your business.
If you want to look in our wizard spell book, you probably should say what circle you can cast. What pages do you want to read to?
I will have a look if you'll let me.
You realize this is one of those trust-building two-way street thing, right?
Yes, I still have spells prepared. I will be more effective if I look in your wizard's spellbook.
More effective for what is the problem? We've already got a few that are questionable.
Wizardry, he says. Oh, he doesn't like sharing secrets. And he's not bothering to hide it. He's not telling you what spells he has and doesn't have. He doesn't trust any of you.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Grizak's going over.
And he's not hiding it. He just doesn't think he needs to tell you anything.
Where are you from? Are you a subject, a citizen, or a slave?
Okay, he kind of went, huh, as a subject. Slave. Do you think that wizards make good slaves? I am imperial.
How did you get trapped down here?
I imagine as all of you did. Underestimated this place.
Are you a fosser?
A what?
Are you a member of the Order of Fossers?
No.
I'm rather surprised that an Imperial citizen would break Imperial law by entering a tomb.
Fuck your laws.
Grizak's walking the perimeter of the place looking for stuff.
He's listening to all of you as well as dusting himself off and glancing around. And
Maybe you guys don't know what's going on. Alright, so it's been, the Empire has been around for about 300 or so years.
the Empire's been around for much longer than that.
Here, anyways.
Tarak, 300 years. Understood.
Shit,
He seems to like there is like this kind of like, what does that mean? He's like calculating and thinking.
Lesson, or
like,
do you want to just take over yourself here? Good choice. So they've been around for about 300 years. The Shadow War kind of went to a stalemate. Hey, did you guys already have this conversation?
Yeah, with some of
Well,
them.
anyways, here we go. And, seems like the Shadows are deciding to come back and being a bunch of dicks again.
is this true, Murgovain? 300 years? What of our peoples? Did we make a grand stand against those that would...
Who are you?
I am Hector of Sharon.
Grizak. No, actually, let's see if it knowledge. Fuck it.
It has been 300 years. The war is about to break loose again.
Knowledge geography, maybe?
No, knowledge nature for Murgovain and knowledge religion for Hector.
Knowledge religion.
They are technically both legendary.
16 nature.
Never heard of Murgovain.
No, never know. You must have heard of me, though. The Great Act.
Now you don't know who either of them are.
Does Grizak get his stuff back?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Hey, wait, where's all my shit?
Have you decided to trust the wizard or not? Who is the leader of your band? He just strides into the middle of all of you.
Hey, that's catchy. Leader of the band. Hey.
Obviously not the Grizak.
No, he represents no one's positions ever.
I'll show you a position or two.
Oh, would you stop?
Zyra's just going to suck up Maffei.
Yep. Flowing into this amulet that you wear. The wizard watches. An interesting pet.
If it is to do with that of the shadow, you can point to myself.
I have no love for these shadow beings. They are an enemy to all those underneath the purview of the Imperium. He says almost like he's reciting a book.
There are few things that would bring the Imperium hand in hand with those it crushes under boot.
Sense motive when he's talking about the Imperium.
Sure.
Like,
Well, Marty, I do a little pirate's patch. Can I patch?
at a 34?
It's kind of like a nonchalant fact to him, as opposed to something he's really passionate about.
Passionate about.
Yeah.
Alright, please continue.
No, it's a good observation. I came here because I was curious. And that's the closest to truth that you think he's said so far.
By yourself?
No. I had mercenaries, he says as he glances towards Grizak.
Grizak is hopping around while removing body parts off of the Medusa.
Okay.
You don't need this now, do you? No, you don't.
So,
What are you doing with
Moving on
her head? She's got an arrow sticking out of her head, and her head's kind of off to the side and leaning down.
Covering that shit up.
Okay, so you cover up her head.
I just need about an hour here. Give me 1 second.
You gonna reincarnate her?
no, he's gonna
Oh, treasure
mapper.
Nice.
All right, bitch. What you got?
as you're carving some flesh off of her, her blood is poisonous, but you're immune to poison, I think. Okay, and you covered her head,
Oh, it's in
so
my fucking eye.
and you carve off some of the high priestess's flesh, and you're preparing a great treasure map spell. Awesome.
Such an asshole.
Is there any other things that we could do for my friend here, Snitch?
Yes.
He's curious as well, but he can be controlled.
Zyra will sort of end the standoff, or stop standing off with Abe, and
Yep.
go back to. We'll cast one more break enchantment attempt.
Abe is just gonna go sit down. If you're not gonna give him the spell book, he just goes and sits and waits.
I'm not giving him Radimer's spellbook.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
does Evander have a spellbook? Or Evander would.
He has a locket that he prepares spells out of
he's a
because he's a
witch.
witch, and he took the version of witch that they
Doesn't
learned
have a
from an item.
candle.
Yep.
That's hilarious. We're actually like really spellbook light. Okay. We're gonna cast one more break enchantment from.
You notice
his-
Kamos go over and sit down beside the wizard, and the wizard glances at him. Kamos is trying to make sure that the wizard's okay.
Yeah. We're creating an entire alternate party. It's what we're doing. I mean, how do we stop it? We murder them? Like, is that a thing we can do? Which one of you wants to feed Renee?
Just come in here and do this with me for one.
Oh, I'm gonna have fun after this building a paladin centaur. A palatar.
Yep.
Because the palatar is gonna be Murgovane's buddy.
Yup. 2 price of 1.
There we go.
All right. Well, I will roll this, and
Because I only have one Doomsday character. Oh, there's only one Doomsday NPC character. No, there's 2.
Okay.
Evander's dead, but he's...
Snitch is back.
Oh.
Calm down, little one. You're all right.
Snitch, buddy!
Pendle. What a... Oh, snake lady. Very bad.
Yes, yes. I've got something to tell you, Snitch. Why don't we go and sit down?
Huh? Elf. Elf lady. Oh, elves, they hunt kobolds.
Yes, yes, we've all heard the stories of elves hunting kobolds. Kobolds have been bad, remember?
Oh, yes, very bad. It's older than dragon. Snitch, oldest kobold in tribe.
Yes, we'll have to return to see your people. Oh my. The rate at which your people breed and how long they live. There must be great populations of kobolds out there.
Snitch, old kobold, he become chieftain. Hello, I am Chieftain Snitch.
Hello, Chieftain Snitch.
Clans Rake. Chieftains. Oh, look at this big lizard. Chieftain Snitch.
Yeah, obviously a little clawed hand.
Shakes his hand.
What's your great name? Great lizard.
I am Murgovane.
Murgovane. Good name. Strong. Big. Ooh.
He looks at the centaur, just takes a step forward, looking down at him, and he scrambles away.
Oh, nice elfsies. Nice elfsies.
And he doesn't shake the elves' hands, he goes over and he's shaking everyone else's hands, but... Yeah, well, Zyra and Zeta, but...
Yeah.
Rizak.
Grizak,
Oh, right.
forgetting about elves. There's goblins.
He doesn't shake the dwarves' hands either. There's some. He pauses when he sees Grizak. He tries to shake Renee's hand.
Humans like...
Rude not to shake a lady's hand when it's going around. Renee will shake his hand and then sort of point him towards the two elf.
God, aye, elves, we know war, okay? You friend of Pendle, pay, Snitch. You pay, Snitch.
Well, Snitch, here's the thing. You're trapped here with us. So, if you don't help us, we won't help you.
Is this true?
Yes, unfortunately, Snitch, we can't leave this infernal place.
Infernal. Trap. Heavy words. Yes, Snitch help. Help not be in trap. Trap bad. Unless you set trap, but Snitch not set this trap, no.
Yes, we're all gonna help each other get out of here.
Huh? What? Oh, okay. Snitch is chieftain. Chieftain must get untrapped.
Shut the fuck up, I'm trying to cast a spell. For fuck's sake.
You're cutting up a...
Let's start over
Fucking sawing off some stuff.
Alright. Well, he's distracted with that. Perhaps we should all share some information. And that includes you, Sir Wizard. As in, who has been where in this necropolis?
I'm fairly certain that Camios knows the most.
Ah, yes. I have not explored all of these temples before, but there are 3 great crypts of the 3 great families of the clan of Adela, who have all been consigned to damnation. This happens when you piss off the Imperium, or perhaps even the Undying Emperor himself. These 3 great clans are 3 great families, have treasures in their crypts.
There are guardians. I have not explored these places. They are much too dangerous for me to have gone alone. A long time ago, I had a desire to take a look around those places. However, circumstances, you understand.
Of course. Has anyone else explored any of the other tombs?
Abacus says, there are teleportation circles